So we finally have all of the cards for the Albaz structure deck, and at this point I can confidently say that some mixture of this deck is going to be tier 1. The biggest reason why I believe this is the new card Branded Fusion. This card allows you to fusion summon one of Albaz's fusion monsters by using monsters in your main deck, and the only restriction is that you cannot summon monsters from your extra deck except fusion monsters during the turn that you activate this card. So I've got a few combos to show here, including a 2-card hand loop. Our first combo here is going to be Branded Fusion plus a discard. This will get you 3 fusion monsters, a banish, and setup for next turn. So in order to do this, we are going to use Branded Fusion and send Staysailor in order to go into Albion. Albion will initiate a new fusion summon, and Staysailor will send Garden Rose Maiden from our extra deck to the graveyard. So we are going to be fusion summoning the new Rubellion using Garden Rose Maiden and Albaz in our graveyard. Once Rubellion has been fusion summoned, we'll use its effect in order to then fuse the banished Garden Rose Maiden and Albaz in order to summon Mirror Jade. Now our Mirror Jade here does have the ability to banish an opponent's monster by sending one of our other fusions to the graveyard from our extra deck, so that will give us some free interruption on top of this. However, this is not game in and of itself, because unfortunately our Rubellion dragon cannot attack the same turn that it uses its effect. That said, if you do happen to have something like, I don't know, a Fusion Destiny in hand, that would be exactly enough to go for game. Our next combo is going to be another 1.5 card combo. This time we'll be going straight into our Rubellion dragon by sending Despia of Tragedy. This will allow both our Tragedy to search for our Jester and allow Rubellion to initiate its fusion summoning effect so that we can get to one of our Despia fusion monsters. After that, we can use our Jester in order to search for any of our branded spell or trap cards. I like to search for the counter trap because it gives us interruption if we're going first, and it allows us to get back our branded fusion for next turn if we happen to use it. Our next combo is going to be our 2-card hand loop. In order to do this, you just need Branded Fusion and Phantom of Chaos. This combo is extremely simple because functionally we're just going to be using Branded Fusion as Foolish Burial, since it can be used as Foolish Burial for 4 different subcategories of monsters. So we are just going to activate our fusion spell, and we are going to go into our Glory Dragon by sending Sky Scourge Norealis from our deck to the graveyard. Then we're going to normal summon Phantom of Chaos, copy the effect of our Sky Scourge, and send all cards in the field and hands to the graveyard. The best part about this hand loop is that we do get to draw a card after the effect resolves, and we're going to get a search off of our Glory Dragon. We're probably going to be searching Fallen of Albaz, but we get to start with 2 cards, and our opponent gets to start with none. Now there is a slightly different way to do this combo that will guarantee you 1 interruption after you resolve the effect of Sky Scourge Norealis, but it does require you to have at least 1 discard. What we're going to be doing is, instead of going into our Glory Dragon, we're going to be going into our Rubellion and then activating its fusion effect by discarding a card in hand. This will allow us to go ahead and go into our Titanclad, ensuring that at the end of the combo, when we resolve the effect of Sky Scourge Norealis, we'll have Titanclad in graveyard so that we can go ahead and get into our Dogmatica combo at the end phase. If you're going to be doing the hand loop combo, this is probably the better way to do it. It baits out hand traps a little bit better, and it gives you a little bit more insurance afterwards. But if you're doing it past turn 1, you're not always going to have the discard available, so the first combo is important to know. Our next combo is going to be a pure 1-card combo. You just need Branded Fusion, which, by the way, you could be playing 12 copies of. This card just has that many searchers. So we are very simply just going to be going into our Albion by sending the Light Shaddoll monster. Then we're going to be using the effect of Albion in order to fusion summon a window. Very easy, simple, and effective. Alternatively, if you don't want to play the Light Shaddoll, you can play any of the Dark Shaddolls, and then just fusion summon into Rubellion. Use Rubellion's effect to fusion summon. You still end on a window, you get the effect of the other Shaddoll monster, you just need a card to discard in hand. If you want to play a more heavy Shaddoll build, you can just use the effect of Skullmata in order to send Wendy, and then set a Shaddoll from deck from there. The last combos I'm going to be showing here are just a bunch of kind of useful fusion monsters that you can get into by using branded fusion, fusion summoning into Albion, by sending either the goddess with the third eye or the light Hexield fusion. There's actually a bunch of fusion monsters that can be summoned this way because the goddess of the third eye and the light Hexield fusion both have effects that allow you to substitute a name when you're going for a fusion summon. So there's just a whole bunch. I found that the most useful are Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, since it can attack all monsters your opponent controls, and Dragoons because it's all around just an amazing card. But it all just kind of depends on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, and what kind of deck you're running. For example, Buster Blader decks, Neos decks, or even Dark Magician decks could take full advantage of this card. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked what you saw, consider commenting, or subscribing. It really helps the channel grow, and I know I appreciate it.